Hello and welcome to my channel. Today I'm going to be talking about the four-leaf clover. Many of you may be saying, oh, that's a shamrock, that's a shamrock. Um, actually, three-leaf clover is a shamrock, four-leaf, they're all shamrocks. It's just kind of all combined together. And they're used interchangeably, actually. But on this video I'm going to be talking about a little bit of folklore, a little bit of history on how the four-leaf clover became used for luck, and just some very interesting facts on it, and I hope you enjoy, and some magic of it, of course. So let's go. The leaves of the four-leaf clover all represent something. One represents hope, next one faith, love, and luck. In the Middle Ages, it was believed if you carried a four-leaf clover in your pocket, it would allow you to see fairies. And also the Celtic priests also made the four-leaf clover a symbol of luck. And it would also, they seen it also as it would ward off evil spirits and provide security and protection. And in Ireland, to find a four-leaf clover is considered lucky, and to carry it with you is to stop the enchantment of fairies. So, in the Middle Ages, they would carry a four-leaf clover in their pocket to see the fairies. In Ireland, they carry the four-leaf clover in their pocket to stop the enchantment of the fairies. So it's kind of like a combination, You want to carry, the enchantment of the fairy is kind of like being tricked. They kind of like to pull pranks and tricks on you. You don't want them to enchant something, enchant you by pulling you into their realm. The superstitious, everything about fairies. Fairies. They're very nice. They can be very friendly. They can be very helpful. But then they can also be very mischievous, so you don't want to get enchanted by them. But anyhow, I thought that was interesting. They both carry the four-leaf clover in their pockets, and it all has to do with fairies. Alright, so let's go on. And also, there is one four-leaf clover found in every 10,000th clover. So, 1 in 10,000 chances that you're going to find a four-leaf clover. All right. And there's also a legend that Eve from the Garden of Eden, when Adam and Eve were leaving the garden, Eve plucked a four-leaf clover to remind her of the happy days. And to this day, finding a four-leaf clover in your own garden brings you happiness. All right. Now here's just like a world record thing about the four-leaf clover. The world record of the most four-leaf clovers found in 1 hour by one person is 451 clovers. 451 four-leaf clovers. That's must have been an awful big field of clover, right? All right, and some clovers, some of them can have 5 leaflets instead of the 3 or the 4, and they're so much more rarer than the four leaf. And in Ireland, if you find a 5-leaf clover, it is known as the rose clover. And it's also known as a prize. So you've received a prize when you find a 5-leaf clover. Alrighty. So here's some more facts and legends and lore for you. In 1869, it is said that the four-leaf clovers were gathered at night time during a full moon by sorcerers who mixed it with vervain. And vervain is a purple plant, wildflower, okay? And it's a herb that heals insomnia, anxiety, and depression. So the sorcerers would combine the four-leaf clovers with vervain and some other ingredients, for healing, and for having luck and hope and faith and clearing depression. All those things all bundled together makes a nice tincture for relaxation. Okay, another fact here about the four-leaf clover is that SpaceX includes a four-leaf clover on each space mission by an embroidered patch, and it is said they have that there for a good luck charm. And they've used it ever since the Falcon 1 in 2008. So in every mission now from 2008 with SpaceX, they have a patch with the four-leaf clover on it. And here's a little rhyme here about the four leaves. It is, 4 is the number of balance. You got the 4 directions, the 4 elements, the 4 seasons. And the traditional rhyme for that is, 1 leaf is for time, 1 leaf is for wealth, and 1 for faithful lover, and 1 to bring glorious health are in the four-leaf clover. Okay? You place a four-leaf clover under your pillow to dream of a perfect lover. Or you can also place a four-leaf clover in your shoe, and the first man you see will be destined to be with you. Or you can pin the clover to your door, and the first unmarried man that passes through your door is yours. And the last folklore is you scatter them. Scatter four-leaf clovers in front of a bride for luck and protection. Alright, so according to an old spell, to stay young, you're going to gather the dew on May Day dawn. You're going to steep in the clover, you're going to steep the clover stalks in a pot in the sunlight. So it's kind of like if you're making sweet tea. You put the tea in put it out in the sun. You can do this with the clover, the four-leaf clovers as well. You put the clover stalks in it and put it in the sunlight. And the next day you rub some of that liquid or of this water on your face. And you use it every day until it runs out, until the water runs out. Okay? So now, one more thing. In Cornwall, a four-leaf clover is said to bring back a real child, okay, stolen by the pixies, by placing the clover on the changeling. Now, if you don't know what a changeling is, it is when a human has a baby, the fairies may want that little baby, and they will change them out. They will change them out. And the fairies come along, give a baby that's been enchanted and take your baby. All right, it's called a changeling. Or sometimes people will put their sick humans. People will put their little sick baby in a tree, and later that night the fairies will come along and they exchange, and that baby is healed, but it's also a changeling. Okay, it's kind of a mysterious, it's a psychic, in other words, kind of, sort of, in a way. Um, so by placing a clover on the changeling, um, it'll bring back the real child that was stolen. Some people, that's kind of like the belief of when you, in the olden days, the baby dies, you just born, newborn dies, you know, they're thinking that the fairies had done something to it, so they're going to put a four-leaf clover on it and bring back and get the changeling out. Um, I might not be explaining this correctly or in a way that makes sense, but if you want to know more about changelings, you can look them up. Look up the word changeling, fairy changelings. Alright, so that is what I have on the four-leaf clover, and you have a great day. Bye now.